Coming in hot, it's week number 9 of the Morning Grind Fondo. Last week on the Volcano KOM after party, we saw a 3-man group power up the final meters of the climb. Chris Adlington took first, Tim Spears in second, and Timu Hananen took third. The top 5 was rounded out by Colin Chin and Mellow Johnny. Ken Noel was Dirt's highest place finisher in 6th, with Alan Brannon and Tim Busick also in the top 10. The overall standings going into this week are razor tight, with Chris Adlington still on top of the pyramid, Jason Stern in second, and Mellow Johnny only 36 points back. This week, the Morning Grind comes rolling into Innsbruck, Austria for 4 laps of the legsnapper. The course is flat with one power effort up this climb and a few rolling hills on the backside. It's fast and a great course for the big powerful men throwing down the watts. Sit in, conserve, and punish the field on each one of these climbs. Due to some technical issues, 2 Wi-Fi dropouts, and me trying new stuff that didn't quite work out, this week's recap is just a little bit different. We missed the start, but rest assured we watched it, and it was a positively brutal cornucopia of agony and suffering. Instead, we pick up today's race just as they go into the first lap of the legsnapper. As we head into the legsnapper for round number 1, it's a full field of 50 plus in the peloton. The big rugger Brian Carver hits the climb full gas, pushing the watts and pulling the group up and over the top. This is where the first selection is to be made. The real challenge of the legsnapper is holding momentum over the top. You can't rest until you are firmly past the white lines and into the descent. The lead group does just this. They power over the top and continue screaming through the hills following. The war of attrition has begun, and the lead group has been cut in half down to 25 once merged back together. Legsnapper round number 2, we see a similar pattern emerge, with Brian Carver attacking again up this climb. Mellow Johnny, New Heights, and all others hitting 9 watts per kilogram at times up this climb. Again, the leaders crest the top, and another 5 riders are lost to the legsnapper. Round number 3 with a group of 15, the Killer Bees have breached the cast-offs from the A group, and things get hairy with the 2 groups merging just before the climb. Brian Carver, Ryan Hochstetler, New Heights, and Andy Hadfield from Dirt take the lead and bring us over the top, with Aaron Hovel, Mellow Johnny, and Tim Spears in tow. The front sticks together with the same 15 exiting the legsnapper as begun. Round 4 and the final attempt up the legsnapper, 15 athletes of 58 remain. Go ahead, guess what happens this time? It's of course Brian Carver with the power pull up the snapper, but this round with the finish just 2 miles away, the leaders take it easy, settling for 6 to 7 watts per kilogram instead of 9. Buckwild Buckland takes us over the top and the group heads to the finish. As we head into the final sprint, it appears that Paul Buckland and Tim Spears would be gunning for a 2-man break to the finish line, but Brian Carver sent it for one final attack, bridging the 2-second gap with Larry Parker looking for the win. Instead, it's again our evil nemesis, Mellow Johnny, once again taking the sprint at the line. Larry Parker falls back to second, with Chris Adlington on the 3rd step of the podium. Jason Stern and Tim Spears round out the top 5, with the rest of the top 10 looking positively dirty. Top 10 finishes for Alan Brannon, Brian Carver, New Heights, and Andy Hadfield. The razor-thin separation at the top of the Killer Bee series gets even thinner, with Chris Adlington still reigning at the top, separated by only 11 points from Jason Stern, who's in second, and 20 points from Mellow Johnny in third. The Morning Grind Fondo is a best 9 out of 12 race series, with the final 3 weeks will be about maximizing the points per race. The best point total possible is 720 points. These final 3, Mellow Johnny, Chris Adlington, and Jason Stern, will be a race to see who can claw out the final 50 points by replacing those poor performances with better ones. Rich B, Tim Busick, Paul Buckland, and Matt Carver all appear in the top 10 overall for Dirt as well. Next week, the Morning Grind turns to my favorite course, the Watopia Hilly. It's got a little bit of everything, the KOM, the Essies, and with 4 laps, it's going to be a brutal test of endurance and strength. Now, a personal dilemma. Do I race Morning Grind Fondo next week and get fried in an outdoor crit that night? Or spectate and possibly broadcast the MGF while giving my all outdoors? Decisions.